Hello and welcome to Cycle-Synced with G. This is your day one breath-led mobility class. This is part of the 28-day Sculpt series. So every single workout in this 28 days is synced to your menstrual cycle. Starting with day one. So this is the first day of the bleed. I'm also on my first day of my period today. And we're doing a grounding mobility class, which is exactly kind of what the body wants and needs. I feel a little bit stiff, I feel a little bit slow, I don't have the energy to go for a run or go do something crazy or a crazy workout. But the best thing for the body right now is some gentle movement and flow. So we're gonna start by coming into a cross-legged position, and we're just gonna start off with some breath work. We're gonna inhale for 4, hold for 2, and exhale for 6. We're gonna do 5 rounds of that, and that's just gonna bring us to the mat into this nice slow mobility practice today. So when you're ready, nice deep inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, hold for 2, 1, exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2, 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2, 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2, 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last one. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 2, 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to come into some slow cat-cows, coming onto all fours with your shoulders over your hands, knees underneath your hips, and you're going to arch your spine and your head comes up to the sky. And then tilt your pelvis down to bring your spine up to the sky and your head down to the mat. And that's 1. This is a great one to wake up all the vertebrae in the body, including this lower back, which right now I'm feeling is especially tight. So we're going to do lots of hips today, hips, lower back region, some shoulders, some legs. Basically stretch it all out and get things nice and flowing. And inhale. Last cat-cow. You can get juicy if you want to go side to side. Ups and downs, round and round. Bring some energy, some movement, whatever you're feeling today, or just go super slow with it. And now we're just going to flow through some child's pose. So coming back onto your heels, you're then going to move your body forwards up into a cobra pose. Nice arch in the spine, nice stretch in the lower back, and then rippling through back into that child's pose. And same again, coming forward into that cobra pose. And up, arch your spine, nice spinal bend there. You can look over each shoulder if you like. And then into your child's pose. A few more of these. And today, I've chosen this small space because I wanted to be at home. I really just didn't feel like going out. So if you're at home doing this video, it's probably where the majority of girls are going to be doing this from. But the rest of the 28 days I'll be out and about, you know, in fields, on the beach, and the aim, yeah, is to kind of follow the vibe of the cycle. And yeah, the menstrual phase being more homey, but it's the winter season. It's just felt, you know, and I also just very much naturally just didn't really feel like, I mean, there's a park right there, but I'm doing this at home today. So anyway, we're now gonna do some pelvic circles. So staying on hands and knees, and we're just gonna slowly move your hips, coming forward. This is gonna warm up your wrists as well as your hips. You're basically making circles coming back onto your knees, and then drawing a big circle with your hips, going forward onto your hands, back and down onto your knees, and around. If this hurts your knees, put a towel underneath your knees, or stand up and just do some kind of those pelvic circles, standing up with your hands on your hips. And then if you're with me here, go the other way now. Nice gentle flow to kind of wake up the body. And then we're going to come onto our backs, and we're just going to rock our knees from side to side. This is part of the kind of movement, breath, warm up if you like. So swaying your knees from side to side. You can go all the way over to one side if you want. The goal here is to stay in touch with your breath, so using your inhale and exhale. So if you're lowering your legs over to one side, that's the exhale. Inhale to pull them up to center, exhale down to the other side. Inhale to pull them up, and if you're just doing small circles here, maybe it's an inhale all the way around. And an exhale back the other way. Nice, so that was our kind of, I guess, warm up for this, not even gonna call it a workout, it's a mobility class. So today you're not gonna need any equipment. It's going to be fully just you and your mat. You might want a strap at the end, or if you don't have a wall close to you, but other than that, it's just you and your mat and some water. Very important to stay hydrated as you are, you know, letting go of some fluids right now. It's important to keep those fluids flowing in too. So the way this is going to go, I'm just going to flow through basically mobility and fascia release. This is great, especially in this part of the cycle, to loosen things up. During the luteal phase, everything tends to get quite, you know, tight and puffy and a bit like, yeah, and you feel all, yeah. And now this is a new cycle starting. We want to just release everything. So that is the purpose of this mobility fascial release class today. And you're basically setting yourself up. The way that cyclical living and cycle syncing works is that this is, so I'm going to talk while we're actually doing our stretches, but so if you move yourself back and coming back into that all fours position, we're going to do a nice thread the needle pose, and that's going to get into your shoulders. So right arm comes up to the sky, nice big squeeze of the shoulders there, and then reach. And this right hand is going to come underneath the gap between your hand and your knee, and you're going to slide it through. That's threading the needle part, and then you should feel a nice stretch in the back of your shoulder there, in your top back muscle. And we're just going to hang out here for a few breaths, 3 or 4 breaths or so. But yeah, fascial release is great for this part of the cycle, so that you can start this cycle fresh with new, fresh energy. Yeah, so how this all relates to kind of cyclical living and cycle syncing is we're not, because our hormones do this, I'm putting a graph right now on the screen, we are not built to do the same thing every day, because our hormones, as you can see day to day, are in very different places. Right now, is a slightly lower phase, slightly lower energy phase even. And you'll see that estrogen very much starts to climb in the next few days. In about 4 or 5 days, she's going to be climbing, and then until about day 14 when she reaches her peak. And that is kind of where your high energy time is going to be. So rather than pushing our bodies to do things, coming up by the way, coming up, take a nice deep breath. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So left arm is going to reach up to the sky. And you're going to twist underneath the gap again. So rather than to kind of push our bodies to do things that we're not primed to do, it's basically, if you can imagine waking up at 3 a.m. going for a run, like your circadian rhythm, like you're meant to be sleeping then. So it's essentially the same. That's a circadian rhythm, and this is the menstrual cycle, a hormonal rhythm. And what we're doing with this 28-day series is syncing workouts, classes, movements, exercises, tempo, reps, sets, everything with what your hormones are doing on the day. Like, this is to the day. So there's 28 of these videos, and you can follow them day by day according to the day of your cycle. Coming up, nice inhale, and now we're coming into a 90-90 switch. So your legs are going to be at 90-90. No, so you're going to start with your feet slightly wider than your hips, and you're just going to tilt your knees over to one side, and that's one switch. Your hands can be behind you to kind of anchor you, and that's to the other side. And when you're coming up, you're inhaling, and that's an exhale. And we're just going to roll through these. So as I was saying, there's 28 days, 28 different kinds of workouts. This is not going to be the only series of its kind, spoiler alert. This is the first one, and this is essentially how women should be training. I studied sports science at university. It's very much male-dominated research, and they are the same every day. I'm not saying it either is good or bad, I'm just saying that women haven't been accounted for in their energy fluctuations, their daily energy fluctuations. Men have the same energy every day. Science basically doesn't test women because it's too hard. You have to sync every woman you test up with what day of her cycle she's on, which, as you can imagine, is a bit of a logistical nightmare when men just perform the same every day. It's much easier to just throw a bunch of men into a study. So anyway, we're now going to come into cross-legged or butterfly position basically. So have the palms of your feet touching. We're going to inhale nice and deep. Oh, I felt my lower back feels very tight right now. So nice, long, slow inhale and reach up, 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 up. And then as you exhale, we're just going to fold over that butterfly. And it's going to get nice and deep into your hips. We're just going to hang out here for a bit. Yeah, my hips feel super tight. This is exactly what I needed. You can kind of wiggle from side to side if you need. Long, deep breaths here. And then on the next inhale, bring yourself up for a nice big stretch again. If you want, you can inch your feet forward slightly, and that will get a different kind of stretch inside your hips. So inhale, reach up, and fold over your feet. One more deep inhale up to the sky. And fold over those front legs. Again, you can inch them forward again if you want, or bring them all the way close to your butt, whichever felt good. just gonna hang here. Nice deep inhales and exhales. And one more breath. And then we're going to come into a low lunge on each side. So however you want to get there, this isn't a yoga class. Coming into one foot in front of the other, one foot forward, and you're just going to bend nice and deep into that front leg. Feeling a nice stretch in your hip flexor here. And then your arms going to reach up to the sky with a nice inhale. And then you're going to lower. If your right leg is forward, you're going to lower over to the right hand side, reach over to the right hand side. Your right arm comes down and you reach over. So that is getting an extra juicy stretch in that left hip. You're also compressing your right hip right now. And we're just going to hold this for a couple more deep breaths. Breathe into that hip. And coming back up, nice reach overhead. Push into that knee to bring you up onto your knees again. And change sides, but in the middle, just give your hips a little round and round, because as I said, this right knee was, or right hip flexor even, was compressed there. And now we're going to stretch it out. So knees are in 90-90, and you're going to push into that front knee. Just going to stretch out that right hip flexor now. If this hurts your knees, pop a towel underneath your knees. So we'll just hang out here for a second. And then reach your hands up to the sky with a nice inhale. Feel yourself sinking slightly lower and lower into that low lunge. And then left arm comes down and reach over, over to your left. And a nice stretch in your right side, right hip flexor, right hip. Nice long deep inhale. One more deep inhale, breathe into that side body and bring yourself back up to center. Nice big reach at the top. And then hands to the ground, coming onto your back. So lying down, this is where you might want a band or a strap, but if you don't have that, that's fine. You can actually hold your leg or your knee. And we're just gonna basically do a lying down hamstring stretch. So one leg is going to be, so the right leg, pop that in your strap or your towel. If you don't have one, just hold your leg, very simply. The other leg is going to stay bent for now. So strap or towel around your foot, that is going to hold it nice and stable so you don't have to engage the leg muscle. And you're going to just hang there. You might already feel hamstring stretch there. This feels great for me right now. Just going to do some nice deep inhales and exhales. As you feel that hamstring start to release slowly. Don't worry too much about trying to get it closer or down, more down. It will come. You relax, breathe, soften, and it will come. It will just slowly open up. Notice also that my knee isn't locked. It's got a slight bend in it. That's going to protect the knee and make sure I'm getting into my hamstring. So yeah, it's just to push the pelvis into the ground for a nice bit of grounding. The pelvis is where everything is happening right now, where your womb is located, where it is shedding, where all of that. So we're just, and the leg up encourages the blood flow down. So all the blood right now basically is going towards the pelvis region, which is working very hard, which is needing that extra blood flow, extra energy, a little bit of help, you know. Then you're going to change sides, however you want to do that, but pop your other foot into the towel or band or hold it. And we're just going to hang out on this side now. Your hands can be up here, you can hold them down here if you prefer. It should be fairly relaxing, not straining, but you're feeling this nice, gentle, subtle stretch in your hamstring. Hamstrings can get notoriously tight as well, which can lead to lower back pain. So lower back pain is already a kind of thing of the menstrual phase or while you're on your period. So we're just easing the hamstrings here, which will in turn help your lower back. Who'd have thunk it? Couple more nice deep breaths here. And as I said, yeah, the aim of this class was not to be particularly sculpting or strenuous, but that's what's coming in the later days. So that is the point of cycle syncing, is you rest and recharge. This is the charging phase. This is sort of hibernation. Like if this is winter, you're hibernating and you'll feel your energy rising, as an animal would know when it's time to come out after hibernation. You will feel your energy start to rise. Right now there's no point in pushing when you do not have the energy to do it, because it will only deplete you further. You're losing blood, you're losing, you know, the energy is generally slightly lower in this phase. If you're at home, you're going to pop your legs up against a wall, or if you are not at home and you still have a band, you're going to pop both your legs, both your feet into the band, and this is not a stretch, this is just so that your feet are higher than your heart. So that is just going to be your position for about 30 seconds or a few nice deep breaths. If you're at home and you have a wall like this, you're going to wriggle your bum as close to the wall as you can, like literally as close as you can. Your legs are going to come up and you're just going to simply lie like this. The wall is best because you can fully just relax. The point is to have your feet higher than your heart for circulation purposes. We're also detoxing excess hormones right now, because as you can see, I'll pop a little graph. The hormones drop rapidly once that is what initiates the start of the period, is the dropping of the hormones. And we want to clear out, get out all of that. So there's no, you know, hiding estrogen, progesterone, anything left, because that can lead to hormone imbalances later. But right now it's just the same circulation, just get everything flowing, flushing everything out, creating this natural flush. Also on the socks, I will not be wearing socks for every class. Socks in the menstrual phase, absolute life hack, game changer. Again, it's circulation and keeping everything warm. Throughout the menstrual phase, you want to keep warm drinks, warm food. Socks are the greatest life hack ever. It kind of goes back to traditional Chinese medicine and Ayurveda and things like that. But it prevents, my acupuncturist taught me this actually, it prevents the cold from the floor, especially if you have like a marble floor. The cold rising through your feet into your body, because you don't want just coldness in your body. It might not make sense to you if you don't know much about, you know, alternative medicine and stuff, but if you do, it might make perfect sense. And if you do or you don't get it, just try it, and I promise you it helps with cramps, it helps with blood clots, it helps with it just, yeah, helps with energy because you're using less energy to try and keep yourself warm, because you know you're protecting yourself against the cold floor or the cold whatever. So you've got more energy for yourself. Anyway, socks, game changer. They're the best. And that, we're just gonna come back onto our mat for a couple breaths. And we're gonna make this as sports science as possible. This isn't yoga, I haven't done yoga, teacher training. I'm a PT though. But I quite like the idea of, you know, giving thanks to your body. So one hand, whichever hand you like, one on your heart, one on your womb. And just in your own mind, be grateful for your body, everything that she does for you without you even knowing. For building up an endometrial wall, for building an egg, for creating all of these things that, you know, we actually don't know enough about, I guess. But anyway, you can learn more about that on my channel. But for now, all the things that happen in your body that she just does, so that when you choose, you can have a baby, so that your bones are nice and strong, because estrogen plays a massive part in bone density. She keeps everything flowing, even though sometimes it gets tricky and rocky and you feel all over the place and maybe a little bit lost, and some days are a real struggle. Know that they all happen for a reason. There's something else going on that you're maybe not aware of. I think let's just be grateful for everything that does happen, because everything happens as it should, I guess. And that was your day one, mobility with a little bit of breath, nice flow. I certainly feel a little less stiff. I hope you do too. Tomorrow we're upping the tempo slightly with some resistance bands, a bit more movement, a little bit body weight, and that will start our sculpting journey from tomorrow. Today is more important to just let the body do its thing. You know it all, you're a girl. So thanks for joining. Subscribe if you're new. This is going to be a very exciting 28 days. As I said, I'll be releasing them sequentially. I'm doing them on the day of the cycle that I am on, but you choose the video of the day of the cycle that you're on. So if you're on day 11 right now, you do day 11's workout. You don't start at day 1 with me. It's synced to your cycle as well. So thank you very much for making it to the mat, and I hope to see you in more of these videos. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.